right, hello everyone, and welcome to strength training number 25. I hope everyone's doing great and you're enjoying the program. All right, so let's get started. So we're going to focus first on the squat down, and then we're going to fold forward to work on the full body and the lower back. So it's going to look like this. You're going to do your squat, and then we're just going to fold forward. So just make sure that when you fold forward, that you're keeping a soft bend in the knee so that that the fold forward is a little bit easier through the hamstrings and lower back. Okay, so let's aim for 10 repetitions. We're going to squat down. We got 1, folding forward, 2, fold forward, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, last one, folding forward, and then rolling it back up. Okay, so standing up nice and tall, we're going to do some forward leg swings to start. Now let's try to get the arms in there as well, integrating the upper body for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we'll cross it over for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then just changing it right over to the other side, really planting that foot for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then crossing over for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, guys, good work. Okay, so let's pivot over to the left side. So my left foot is coming forward. I'm on my left side, and then my right, I'm gonna fall over there. My right foot is back. Heel is off the floor. I want you to sink into this movement, and we're gonna do some big lifts with the arms here. So as you think about lifting up, I want you to think about squeezing the glute. So nice big lift up. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're just going to switch it up. That leg comes back, squeezing the glute. Nice big lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and rest, and then bring it back to center. Okay, so next up, what we're going to do is we're going to step nice and wide. So bringing that foot grip nice and wide, and we're going to move side to side. So sinking into the ankles, knees, and the hips. And just remember to breathe here. Don't hold the breath. And then alternatively, you can fold it forward and walk side to side. So just remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. Last one. Good, and then we'll bring it back to center and let's walk it in. So a little bit of a bend in the knees, and then we're just gonna gently roll it up and rotate. So rotating through the core here, we're working spine, abs, total upper body. And just remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. And then we'll just bring it back to center. And then nice big lift up through the arms, so big stretch up. And then maybe integrating a little bit of the calves here as you lift. Come right up on those toes. Big squeeze. All right, and then coming into elbow rotations. And in the other direction. And then some wrist rotations. And in the other direction. All right. Okay, so let's begin. We're going to start off first with the push-up position. So let's get onto the mat. We're going to do some push-ups, but we're also going to work in the hands-free position at the bottom. So you're going to get like a little bit more of a warm-up going on with this movement. So coming into the tabletop position, I want you to bring it back into a child's pose. Round your back. So this is the second movement coming down, and then lift the palms, then come back. Push away, come back into child's, round the back, lower down, hands free, then back again, rounding the back, lower down, hands free, and then back again. So let's aim for 10 more here. So we've got 1, 2, nice big round. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, rounding the back, 8, rounding the back, 9. Then last one, nice big stretch here around that back, coming in for 10. All right. Okay, so we're going to bring it up into downward facing dog. If you guys know yoga at all, that's great because it just gives you a little bit of references to the actual terms that I use. But downward facing dog, you come up into this position here. You're going to bring the weight behind the wrist. So if you're not familiar with the movement, do not bring your weight over top the wrists. I want you to slide the weight behind the wrists. Okay, so if you look at my palms and my arms, I'm on an angle. My hips are to the sky. So what I'm going to have you do here is also part of just warming up and sort of feeling ourselves through the movements in our body, because we're just trying to take our time and get a feel for how that range of motion is working for us. I'm going to have you take your left palm, tap your toe, or reach towards the toe, and then side to side. So some of you may not even be able to reach the toes. That's fine. Just reach towards the toes, taking a nice stretch here. And again, just making sure that your palms have a good grip on your floor, carpet, or mat. Okay, and then just breathing here a couple times. All right, now let's just roll our weight forward. We're coming into a high plank, and then maybe coming into that knee position, and then bring it back into that tabletop movement. Okay, so we're going to work on some push-ups. So again, what we're going to do here is we're going to go through either working at the knees or working off the knees or in the box push. So a couple things here. You can do the box push-up. I call this one the box push-up. So my knees are underneath the hips. I'm doing the push-up up and down, or I slide my knees back. So they're behind the hips now, but I got to keep my butt dropped down in this one, making sure if you're doing this one, the butt is not in the air when you're doing this. So the hips are tucked down. And then the third option is to do off the knees, maybe going for a few of those, or the 10 or 12 repetitions that we're going to do. Okay, so find your comfortable position, and then we're going to work through that movement, and slow and controlled, of course, for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 1 and 2. Okay, good job, guys. So let's take a rest there. All right. Okay, so we're going to combine that with something else. Okay. So laying on the back, we're going to come into a hollow hold or just that pelvic tilt movement. So you're going to press that lower back onto the floor. We're bringing the elbows, we're going to bend the elbows, and we're going to do a little sit up and hold here. And you're going to extend the right arm and the right leg, and you're alternating side to side here, maintaining that pelvic tilt, keeping the upper back, neck, and head off the floor, and maintaining that pelvic tilt. So 3, nice big reach. 4, nice big reach. 5, nice big reach. 6, we're going to aim for 12. 7, nice big reach. 8, 9, 10, 11, one more each side, big stretch. It's probably burning. Okay, and rest. All right, let's take a big stretch here. So extending the arms and legs, just maybe taking a little arch in the back, and just an overall big stretch. Okay, I'll bring the arms back over. Take a few seconds on the clock to rest, and then we're going to come back into that push-up combo with the I call it like the upward bird dog, arms and legs all same side. This like, you can come up with these names. Who comes up with them? Okay. Okay, so coming back into push-up. So finding that push-up. Oh, we'll do the demo from the knees this time. Okay, keeping that butt tucked in and down so it's not sticking in the air. Just remember that when you do that. Okay, and then we're going to lower down and then back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, take a big stretch. So maybe walking that back into a child's pose here. And then we'll just round the back like a mad cat. And then we'll come back into that pelvic tilt or hollow hold. So holding that upper body up there. Now, if that's just too difficult for you, so what you can do is, again, just holding that position, and then you can practice it without holding the upper body up the entire time, or you can do a little bit of both. You can hold it up, then rest it, but still continue to do that same arm and same leg, and then maybe jump back in and do it again. Okay, so hollow hold or pelvic tilt here, lifting up. Here we go. We have 1, 2, 3, lots of control here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, 12, and rest. Okay, big stretch. Extend those arms, extend those legs, just arching the back a little bit, breathing. All right, and we'll bring it all back to center here. So take a little few rock and rolls here. That was a hard round, so take a rest. Okay, good job. Okay, so the next exercise, we're gonna stay laying on the mat. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of a heavier weight. So laying flat on the back. Now your option here is to bring feet to the sky if you want to work the lower abs, or you can bring it into a bridging position to work from the hips down, or just resting the feet on the floor is fine too. Okay, so bringing the palms over top of the chest, we're going to take a big reach over the head. Just try not to touch the floor and only go as far as you can control this movement. So don't go too deep on the movement. If you have a hard time pulling the dumbbell back, or if it puts any kind of pressure into the shoulder joint. Okay, so maybe feet to the sky to start, lowering the dumbbell down, big stretch up. So I'm just bringing it right back over my chest, okay, not my belly. And I can reach generally pretty far back with my arms because that's my flexibility, that's my strength, and that's not yours. So you just have to be more aware of how your body's moving, and you're in check with that. And we're breathing here. As we pull over, we breathe out, because that's the hard part of the movement. And then a couple more. We're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. All right, so let's rest. Let's take a few seconds on the clock there, and then we'll do another set of those. So maybe on your second set, if you didn't integrate the lower abs, maybe trying the bridge movement or the feet to the sky. Okay, so a few more seconds. Take a nice rest. So it's important to do our rest period so that the muscles can recuperate and that we can maintain either the weight that we're lifting and the repetitions that we're aiming towards. Okay. So nice big lift up. Here we go. Extend and pull over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, and 12. Okay, good job. So let's rest up. Nice work. So grab a quick drink, and then we're going to move on. So the next 2 exercises, we're going to be focusing on the legs. So we're going to do them back to back. So we're going to do a lunge combo, and then we're going to get back on the floor, and then we're going to do some bridges for the glutes and the hamstrings. So for the lunge combination, what we're going to do is we're going to move around a little bit. So if you've got the space to do that, that's perfect. So you can grab your dumbbells. So again, you can do this with or without the weight, that's fine too. So we're going to do some walking lunges. And basically, I'm just going to time you for this one. So we're going to work for 45 seconds. So you're just going to walk around or lunge around in your space. So maybe that's a 3 lunges forward for you. And then you can flip around and do 3 lunges back. Okay. All right, so let's get ready. I'm going to time you for this one. So we'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So 45 seconds of work, lunging around your place, your living room, your kitchen, around your kitchen table, wherever you're at. And just work that out, really just focusing on the form, keeping the abs nice and tight. And of course, making sure that you're staying up nice and tall in the back. So don't lean forward. You really have to watch your form on that. You really got to check in on that. Okay, so let's keep that going. You have 15 seconds left on the clock. So pumping that out. Remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. And we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, good job, guys. So we're going to hit the floor next. So we're bringing it down to the floor. We're going to do some bridge walkouts next. So you can use your dumbbell for this one if you like. You can rest a dumbbell on the hips, or you can bring the palms over the chest. You can even hold a dumbbell up here if you want. So you're going to lift the hips up, and then what we're going to do is we're going to walk the feet out and in. Now you can do it from the heels, like the heels of the feet where the toes are up, or flat on the cushy parts of the heels. So let's get ready. Hips are up. We're going to talk. Actually, we'll just count for 15 reps. So here we go. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So keeping those glutes up. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, so let's draw the knees into the chest. Let's hug them in. Let's take a few rock and rolls here. Remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. All right, so coming back to resting the back, and then we'll just draw the soles of the feet together. So just remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. All right. Okay, so we'll take a few seconds on the clock, grab yourselves a drink, and then we're going to go back to those walking lunges. Okay, so with or without your weights is fine, whatever you choose. Okay, so I'm going to time you 45 seconds on the clock. So just remember, you're doing your walking lunge. Okay, so you're traveling around. So let's get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, so starting, and I'm timing you for that 45 seconds. So try to keep the movement continuous. All right. So remember that when you're doing this one, to keep the back up nice and tall, like I mentioned before, and that when you do that walking lunge, you're not slightly forward. So a lot of people make that mistake. So straighten up the back and really concentrate on pushing through both legs to lift the weight up and down. Okay, so let's keep that going. We have 10 seconds left. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, guys, good job. All right, so let's work it back down to the mat. So again, laying flat on the floor here, resting the dumbbell just on the hips if you want. So you can do that for some extra resistance. You can bring the arms out to the sides, or you can hold a dumbbell up top here or bring the palms together. Okay, so we're gonna do the walkout. So nice big lift up. So we're gonna aim for 15. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, draw the knees in, big hug, rock and roll. All right, good job. Okay, so that was set number 2. All right, so take a break, grab a drink, and we're gonna move on to front raise with a side raise combo. So focusing on the shoulders next. All right, so just to give you a little demo of that one. So the first one is going to be front raise and then combo that with the side raise. So you want to keep your feet hip width apart. Knees are bent, abs are tight. All right, so I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice big lift to the front and to the side. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, big lift, 11, 12, and rest. Woo, okay, good job. So feeling that right through the shoulders here. Let's just shake that out a little bit, take a rest, and then we'll do another set. So take a rest, grab a drink, do a little bit of stretching. So we just want to recoup those muscles so that we can either we could do the weight that we're lifting plus the repetition ranges, or maybe we have to lower that repetition range a little bit or lower the weight a little bit. So you kind of have to gauge that based on how the muscles are feeling. And sometimes when you do your weightlifting, you may start off with that weight that you were lifting up and down or whatever movement you're doing, but then you may find that it starts to get really heavy. You can also lower the weight halfway through the set and then pick up right where you left off to finish that target set range. Okay, so let's try again. Okay, so one more round of these. Big lift up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, breathing out, 8, 9, big squeeze, 10, woo, okay, 2 more, you got this, 1, nice big lift up, 2, last, 1, and rest. All right, good job, guys. Okay, so take a break, feel the burn in those muscles, take some stretching, maybe some rolling of the shoulders, rolling in, rolling out. All right, okay, good job. Okay, so next one up. Okay, so we're gonna do some one arm bicep curls, okay? So we're gonna be in the kneeling, or I call it the low lunge position for this one. I'll demo 2 variations. I'll show you the low lunge position. So both knees are rested on the mat. And then I'll show you the seated folding forward just a little bit variation. Okay, so that being said, I'm just going to grab my chair. Most of you have chairs, I'm sure, so I won't demo on the ball. Okay, so if you're doing that seated position, you're sitting at the edge of your chair, you're taking your dumbbell. Now the elbow here is going to rest on the inside of the thigh, so not on the top of the thigh, just right in the middle, okay? The middle between the upper part and the lower part. So you leaning forward, I like to put my hand here or my elbow on my other thigh. This brings a little bit more of a neutral position, whereas this one, you can put a little bit of tension there if you're not careful. So nice big lift up. So this is your one variation, okay? And then your second variation, if you want to focus a little bit more on that core stability, you'd be in the kneeling position and you'd be doing the exact same motion with the arm. Okay, so let's get ready, pick your position. We'll get into place and then nice big lift up. We're going to aim for 10 to 12. That's our repetition range. So remember, you can stop at 10 or continue to 12. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 1, and 2. Okay, so let's change it right over to the other side, resting that elbow to the inside of the thigh, and then nice big lift up. So breathing out. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more here, and 12. Okay, good job. Okay, so let's rest up on that one. Take a break, grab a drink, and then we'll do another set. Good. All right, so we're back to then switching legs and arms. I'll give you a few more seconds to rest up, get those muscles to recuperate, and then we'll work them back out again. All right. Okay, so moving over to the opposite side, take your dumbbell, resting the elbow to the inside thigh, nice big lift up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and switch it over. Okay, so switching it over, elbow rested on the inside of the thigh, nice big lift up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, and 12. Okay, guys, nice work. So let's take a rest. Good job. Stretch it out a little bit, grab a drink, and then we're gonna move on to the next set. Okay, so as you guys are doing that, I'm gonna talk about the tricep exercise that we're gonna do. So triceps, remember they're the back here. So the back of the arms, we got biceps here in the front, triceps back here. So triceps always tend to be the weaker muscle of the arm. And generally you can think that the posterior muscles tend to be the weaker parts of the arms. in general. So the tricep always tends to be a little bit weaker. The posterior shoulder always tends to be weaker, whereas, you know, your front here is always going to be a little bit on the stronger side. So between the biceps and the anterior delt, you'll always notice that there's a little bit of a strength difference when you pick up a weight to lift it for one of those muscle groups. Okay, so for the first exercise for triceps, we're going to focus on the double arm. We call them double skull crushers. It's such a, like I said in the beginning, where do they come up with these names? We'll just call it tricep extension because that's basically the anatomical movement. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to have you, in past sessions, we've always kind of done like a double arm, one dumbbell movement. So today we're going to focus on an alternating arm. So you're going to bring the dumbbells to the sky. We're going to bend the elbow one, and then we're going to do the other side for one as well. Okay, so we're going to alternate. So just remember to keep the elbows tracking towards the sky, and then as you lift the dumbbell, don't shift the elbow forward to compensate to lift the dumbbell. Okay, all right, so here we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and rest. Okay, good, nice job. Now, I hope that felt okay and that you definitely took a double check of those elbows moving forward and back. So take a quick rest, and then we'll talk again about those elbows, because I'm really anal about the elbows, because I don't want you guys compensating by shifting that elbow forward. So basically, again, what that would look like if you were making that mistake is that every time you go to lift this dumbbell up, your elbow would shift forward towards the knee, okay? And I don't want that. I want you to take a check when you're watching that the elbow stays stationary as you lift up and down. Now, if you can't make this correction with the current weight that you're using, you need to lower your weight, because you can't control the dumbbell during the movement, so that you're not really then putting 100% attention into your tricep. You're then compensating and putting some attention into other muscle groups that otherwise wouldn't necessarily be taking the load if you were doing it correctly. Okay, so we're going to get back to it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and rest. Okay, good. I hope that worked out a little bit better. I hope you felt the difference if you ended up making some transitions within the form and the weight and stuff like that. Okay, so let's take a quick little drink break and a rest, and then we're going to work on some core. So we're going to do two movements in this one. So we're going to do the forearm double leg bicycle, and we're going to do a tabletop one-legged glute squeeze extension of the leg. So we're going to focus on some of the core, and then, well, I guess really like when we focus on the core, I kind of like to say that it's not just about the abs and the back, but like the core. So like you're getting like your butt, you're getting your back, like the entire portions of the back. Usually when you do some back core exercises, and then abs, okay, and obliques. So there's so much going on than just saying or isolating it to just abs and back, okay? All right, so we're gonna do the forearm double leg bicycle. So that's resting on the forearms, and double leg is two legs at the same time. But what we're gonna do for this one is we're gonna go, I'm gonna time it, but I'm gonna tell you to switch. So you're gonna do double leg forward and then stop, and then we're gonna do double leg reverse, okay? So I'm just going to call it out just randomly. So it doesn't even matter how many that you're going to do. We're just going to time over 45 seconds. So let's get ready in 4, 3, 2, 1, and work. Here we go. Forward first. Okay, and reverse. Reverse and forward. And reverse. Keep those knees together, big round circles, and then forward and reverse. 10 seconds on the clock, and forward and reverse and rest. All right, good job, guys. Okay, so coming into tabletop, so that's bringing the palms right underneath the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hips. We're going to extend the one leg out, and we're going to do some glute leg raises, focusing on the glute, okay? All right, so let's get ready. Extend that leg and then big lift up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so changing it over to the other side, extend that leg, big lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so good job. So let's take a rest, take some time on the clock there, and then we're going to go back to those double leg bicycles again. Okay. All right, so coming back into double leg bicycle, resting on the forearms. Okay, and so remember, I'm just going to time you for this one. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's go forward first. Lots of control, pelvic tilt, and reverse. Other direction. Big scoop of those legs and reverse. Go forward. Big circles. Okay, and reverse. And forward, keeping the knees together. Don't let the knees split apart when you cycle them in. And other direction. Big lift. Remember to breathe. Don't hold the breath. And the other way. We've got this. Piece of cake, guys. lots of control. And other way, reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. So coming into tabletop. Okay, so I'm going to add something to this one. So what you're going to do is you're going to extend that leg out. We're going to do a glute lift. Then we're going to do a knee in. Okay, so you've got to make sure that you do the glute lift or the leg lift to incorporate the glute. And then you're going to do that side kick in or side knee in to focus on the abs. Okay, so this will take a little bit longer. So extend that leg. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more on this side, 1, and 2. Okay, so changing it over to the other side. Lift up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so let's round the back out like a mad cat, big stretch. Remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. And then we'll just drop the belly down, taking a little bit of a abdominal stretch, lift that chin and tail up. And then back to cow or cat, sorry, big stretch. And then just dropping that belly down. All right. Okay, so good job, guys. So we're going to focus on stretching it out. So we're going to bring it into legs forward first. So nice big reach. Extend those legs out. And then we're just going to work a little bit dynamically. So we're going to get you to fold forward, then bring it back, fold forward, bring it back. So 3, we're going to aim for 6, 4, 5, and then folding forward and holding it. Remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. And then we'll just, we'll walk it back. Okay, so let's cross the right leg over the left. We're gonna bend the left knee, taking that stretch into the right glute. So you can use your palms to walk yourself forward. You'll get a deeper stretch on that right side. And then just remember to breathe here, don't hold the breath. And then we'll just extend that leg out and then change it over to the other side. Again, now really just try to relax that left hip by pushing it away from you. So don't let the hip come or the knee come into the chest. It just won't stretch to the same degree. So try to really relax that leg away. Remember to breathe. So inhale, exhale. All right, so let's rest. We're gonna lay on your side and we're gonna take a stretch into the quadricep. So bringing the heel towards the glutes. Remember to breathe, don't hold the breath here. And then let's release, and then we'll change it over to the other side. Drawing the heel in towards the glute. And then we'll release that. Okay, so if you can, let's do that downward facing dog again, and then take that pedal through the feet. If you can't, just come to a standing position. We'll just pedal the feet side to side in a standing position. That's fine too. This just gives you a little bit more through the shoulders and gives you focus on the strength of the body, the upper body. And of course, I'm just adding in the stretching out component. Okay, so we're just going to walk it up here and then round the back, come up nice and easy, opening up that vertebrae. Connect the fingers together as you roll up. And then we'll press the palms to the sky. We'll take a nice stretch to the left. And then just over to the right. And then just bring it back to center, and we'll connect the palms behind the back. Okay, so the palms behind, roll the shoulders back and down. And then we'll roll them forward. So you just bringing the palms together, interlock the fingers, rounding out your back. All right. Okay, guys, good job. I hope you enjoyed the program for today, and we'll see you back here next week. Take care. Bye for now.